We have found one really cool mod for our black Mustang that they only made a few of. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this just yet, but we're gonna be changing the face of the black car. Found some custom parts we've never seen for sale. And matter of fact, I've never actually seen them installed on a Fox body. We're gonna get some parts off the car, get the new part put on, get it mocked up, see what it looks like. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, this is my 1990 Ford Mustang Fox body. It's been through a number of transitions over the years. Stock bottom end, turbo, big inch winger, 387 stroker. A lot of things have happened with this car that we've done on the channel. I love this car. This is my street car. It's one of the cars that I enjoy the most. And making it look like I want it to look and daring to be different is important to me. I know a lot of people don't like the Celine wing. I like it. I do like the Steeda wing. Maybe we'll do that Canaan wing. Change the look up a little bit in 2025. Got 10.5-inch wheels, got a little bit of a wide stance on it. Cobra bumper, Cobra R hood. So about a month and a half ago, we had a catastrophic engine failure with our 387 stroker. So unfortunately, we had to pull the engine out so we can do some updates on it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're gonna actually change today is the front bumper. Now hear me out for a second. The bumper I'm about to show you, I've never seen for sale before. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. And I'm not really sold on what it looks like just yet. That's what we're here in the video to do, is to mock fit it and get it set up. On top of that, we're also gonna be taking the front bumper off because we got a couple other items that we might install as well to lighten the front end up. So what we're actually installing today is an 0304 replica Terminator bumper. This is not something that was created using another 0304 Terminator bumper. This was actually molded in a fiberglass mold. I got lucky. My buddy over here in Ohio has had this bumper for about a decade, and they only made about a dozen of them apparently. And it's a little bit different. It molds into the actual ground effect piece here in the front, as we're gonna mock this up and see. You know, this is like a raw molding. This is something that hasn't been really perfected just yet. It's pretty sturdy. It's made of pretty good fiberglass, and it looks like it was pretty well put together. Now, not everything's bolted up. I'm just gonna try to get it here on the black car, or just to get an idea what it looks like. I've always been a pretty good advocate of the stock GT front end, especially with the little Cobra insert. I always thought that was a really good look. We're gonna change it up a little bit in 2025, and I'm pretty excited to at least give it a shot. So let me get some wrenches out, because we're also gonna put this crash bar on and see how much weight we're saving. Now this is the crash bar made by MAF Racing, Tim Flanders, because we won't need to run the fog lights, because the fog lights will actually install right here on the bumper, and those are actually 0304 inserts. So we'll just simply wire them in to the headlight harness and not have to run that big heavy brace or even that fiberglass bumper. This shouldn't be too bad. Only got a couple bolts down here that I have to deal with. Bumper should come right off, not a problem. This thing is really heavy. Like I said, we'll get a chance to look and see how heavy that actually really is. Of course we had to saw one off, right? These aftermarket header panels are junk. This is an aftermarket bumper. Regardless, there were some things that needed to be done to this. I got some factory brackets I'm gonna be putting back on here. Stuff that actually works. Get this other side off, slide this bumper out, not a big deal. Get this thing mock fitted up. Okay, so we ended up finally getting the bumper off. We did have to cut a couple of the studs out. We got some new brackets. You know, I don't normally see my car sitting like this, but we got some updates we're doing. This is some pretty heavy shit right here, as far as, like, you know, when you talk about weight to, you know, car ratio, and trying to lighten the car up to go a little bit faster. Because I mean, we're still going to be a street driven car, 90% daily driver with this black car, but we're still going to lighten the car up. That way we want to take it to the track and still have a little bit of fun on the street. That's kind of the goal for us for 2025. This is more of a retired car that we've been racing for years. But we got both bumpers here. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like my factory bumper the way it sits. We do have some updates that we got to do on it. Regardless, you know, like I had said, this header panel is just freaking trash. You can see how it just sits there and spins. So we're gonna touch this back up and probably go get it painted again, along with the hood, because the hood's definitely seen its days. You know, had a TPS almost pop through the top, and it's got a bunch of chips in the front here. We still got some paint left over from the coupe. Let me go ahead and get this brace off. We're gonna actually weigh this, see how much it weighs. Nice thing about the 90 to 93 bumpers is they have these little shock mounts instead of the 87, 89 where it comes through the actual frame rail. So it makes it pretty easy to take the bumper off. Just mount that crash bar right in here, so. So the crash bar lined up pretty good. Problem is it's too long. Definitely lined right up with the holes. The fitment's pretty good here. The craftsmanship's definitely nice, but again, we're gonna have to cut a couple inches out of this and have it re-welded. It just sits, even with the stock bumper, it's just a couple inches away. So we're gonna leave it off for now. Just there for support, ruin your front of your car, you know, in an accident, safety. Man, that sounds fucking terrible. We'll get this back off, and it lines up pretty good, but I got some clearancing I got to do, so I'm trying to mock fit it so I can show you guys here on the channel. We're also going to weigh this, weigh the front bumper, and then I'm going to weigh the crash bar with the fiberglass bumper and see how much weight from the nose we're going to actually be taking off of our car. Get it installed and get it fitted up pretty good, and, you know, at least try it out, right? I mean, I paid good money for it. I might as well give it a shot. Change it up a little bit with our black car. Not the most fancy little scale, but it'll get the job done. Looks like our stock bumper weighs just under 40 pounds, 39.6. Compared to 6 pounds, even though you don't get the fog light brackets here, you can cut almost 35 pounds off the nose when you're trying to race or go a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and weigh the bumper, and then we'll weigh that. So I weigh with the bumper 250 even, and I weigh 218. What is that, 32 pounds? Well, let's call it 40. 40 on the brace and the fiberglass support, and 30 on the front bumper. So that's like 70 pounds right there, which is a lot. We're gonna end up adding a couple little brackets to it. When we try to mock it up, we're gonna get an idea of how well it fits. But I think we're gonna chop up one of our other header panels and try to mold this in. Clean stud setup for the bumper for support. I don't think I'm gonna be able to use any of the middle stuff unless we use the bottom bar. So, but we'll go into that when we actually get the painted and get it fitted up better here. Oh, so this thing doesn't weigh shit. So with me and the bumper, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad at it, but there it is. Now we only got it mocked up, guys. There's some fitment issues here. It looks like it fits fairly good on one side. You know, I don't have any of the brackets in there, and it lines up decent for being a custom bumper. And even the headlights with a little bit of clearancing and a little bit of fixing, looks like it'll work pretty good. One problem on this side, it's got too much on this side, which I think that can just be a body shop thing. Trimmed up a little bit. The body shop that did the coupe did a really nice job making things fit, and I think this would be another one of those. Since we have some extra black paint, wouldn't be no big deal to go over there and ask them to, hey, why don't you paint this up and make it fit. But like I said, you know, I'm definitely not mad at it. I think it looks pretty good. It's not painted. Obviously, if it was black, it would be a little bit of a different scenario here. And I don't think I've ever seen a bumper like this put on one of these Fox bodies before. So let's put the hood on and see what it looks like. I don't hate it. Not yet, at least. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I've never seen one installed on a Fox body before. I guess they look pretty good on the 4i as well. And most of the ones that you see out there are the ones that are made from, like, where they cut half of the bumper from like a replacement, and they put it on the factory Fox body one, which is something we may end up having to do at the body shop as well. They may end up cutting this bottom off, restructuring it, and we'll just take another OE bumper. That might be the easiest route to do that, because there is a little bit of warp in it from sitting for like 10 years. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got for the video. But again, let's get it painted and see what it looks like. Since the engine went out in the black car, got some things that we can do to it to, you know, bring some content here to the channel. And this is something that I've been wanting to do, that's been hiding in my favorites folder for a long time. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out that join button, become a member of the channel, get exclusive content. Go check out neomustangs.com. We got new hats, we got some new merch, got some new shirts, sweaters, hoodies, long sleeves, all different types of colors. I appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you soon in the next one.